Hello guys, welcome back to today's market review and then next week forecast. In fact, over the days we have been trying our best to give you the best predictions and expectations in the market. Market has been good to us. All expectations have been meeting the demands and the required pips that we need in the market. Last week, we did look at the DXY, gold, the USD pairs, and the Canadian dollar pairs, where we stated that probably if the DXY increase in strength as we saw it earlier on, a lot of the US pairs is going to sell off. Likewise, the Canadian dollar pair. So today, what we're gonna do, first of all, what we normally do every day, we're gonna look at the DXY, what we expect, and what we are looking at. So today, we are looking at the DXY on my screen. As you can see, this is the DXY, the dollar index. So the dollar index over here, we are not expecting much because we are bouncing from the support zone over here. We are bouncing from the support zone over here. So we bounce from the support zone over here. What happened next is that we are anticipating that price could push up over here to form the double top again. Now with this double top, it increases the strength of the US dollar. So anticipation for the dollar pairs is that it's gonna get a little bit strong, and then probably if price do that, we'll be waiting for it to break this particular trend, for it to push down here, and then it tends to a bit consolidation concept. So earlier on, we expect that the strength of the dollar keeps and maintain its position. Before that, we need to wait for the dollar to break this minor wedge condition before we can anticipate a push down. Now, since we have been able to see the dollar gaining strength, and then the majority of the stands will be looking for a sell-off condition because of the resistance that has not been taken out, we can also look at it from this perspective whereby we first got this low. Okay, so based on this low, we can also see that price could break this directly and push down here and then move down. When it happens that way, it means that price pushing downwards is reducing the strength of the dollar. Yeah, so technically that is going to be the DXY index for today. Let's move on to the EURUSD. Now this is EURUSD. Price has been trading downside over the month. So technically everybody is interested in the sell-off. Okay, but let's look at something over here. Like we stated, always the DXY have a negative correlation with the EURUSD. So now this whole concept looks like a bearish wedge. As you can see, we get this whole stuff here. Also looking at it on the condition as a double bottom. But notwithstanding, if the dollar index keeps increasing, keeps gaining momentum, we expect this particular low to break all the way to the low of 1,700, to this particular low. We expect price to break to this particular low. If this one is taken off, probably a little bit broke out, and then a little bit breakout and retest into the zone, then we can get this down here. Yeah, then we can get this down here. But notwithstanding, if the dollar index failed to increase its strength, we will probably look at a little bit key test over here, and then a pullback, which is market reversal all the way to this particular zones again. So from there, then we're going straight forward to look at the pound JPY, the dragon pairs in the game. We are going to look at the pound JPY in the game. So this is pound JPY for now. You can see that market is trading downside. Market is trading downside, a little bit bouncing over here. So we'll be waiting that if price fail to break this particular level, look at this whole price candle formation on the H4. If price fail to break this particular angle, you anticipate that price will keep on to move this whole thing over here to form the inverted head and shoulders over here, to form the inverted head and shoulders, form the inverted head and shoulders all over here. Price to trade back to 149 zone again. Then a proper breakout will lead us to the long journey of the buy to this particular zone again, 155 zone again. So that is what we are looking at on the pound JPY. So we probably gonna look at the pound USD again. So the pound USD also look at it on the same angle, which is also a downside trading, technically a downside trading. So probably if price fail to break this particular trend, which is probably a test over here, you will definitely be waiting for the trend to break all over here. Then you will be going more further downside to create this particular angle. If this particular angle happens in that condition, we are likely to get this particular concept before you look at it. So over the week, we are looking at the strength of the dollar. Over the week, we are looking at the strength of the dollar. So if we are looking at the strength of the dollar, technically, we are also looking at it from the perspective whereby the pound bounced back from the previous high that it was established last week. And notwithstanding, if we take our fib level to measure the whole thing from the previous high, that was last week high all over here, probably here to here, we will be expecting trade to bounce back from the 61 retracement zone. So this is the 61 retracement zone from previous week. Okay, this is the 61 retracement zone from previous week, and market is bouncing from that area. So we expect that if from here price is bouncing from the 61 retracement zone, probably the first take profit of our concept is going to be the base of this particular trade. So this is our first take profit, that's our first low take profit. We expect price to reach there. If price break there, we extend price to the 127 and the 200% extension. So that is pound USD for you. Let's move on quickly to the pound CAD. Now, this is what is happening in the pound CAD condition. We look at price on this way. Probably we would expect price to push a little bit down here to test this particular level before it starts pushing up all the way here. So that is for pound CAD. We also look at pound odd. We're looking at pound odd right now. That market has been consolidating a lot. But notwithstanding, we can still get this whole condition over here whereby the wedge is inevitable. The rising wedge is inevitable. So if price break this whole zone, if price break this whole zone of 1.8 zone, we will expect price to push further upside. But notwithstanding, if price fail to break that, we expect price to break this particular wedge condition. And if the wedge condition breaks and probably get a proper retest all over here, you will be going downside, taking the risk of condition of the dollar strength. You will be going all the way downside to this particular condition. As we move on to NZDUSD. This is NZDUSD, and this is doing good over here. What we look at it is the same condition happening in the other way around, where we take our fib level and then measure it all the way here, and then it is retracing from the 61 zone. So if it's retracing from the 61 zone, we're technically looking at it from this particular angle where the sell-off is inevitable over here. As you can see how the candlestick formation is here. So we will wait for the candlesticks to close below this particular angle, and then we push price downside to this particular levels. And pushing price downside to this particular levels, we anticipate that there is a key support zone over here where price is likely to meet it as our first take profit, creating a double bottom over here for us to see a reversal condition over here. So we'll be looking at the sell on that aspect. We are also looking at the USD CAD. Now the USD CAD has been trading sideways for a while now, and then we anticipate that price will push back a little bit over here. And then if price push back a little bit over here, testing these particular levels, failure to break these particular levels due to the rally on the WTI, we are likely to push price all over to this particular angle again. So guys, we also look at the Canadian Japanese concept over here. So like we stated earlier on, we were looking at a bounce over there, and then we had it over here. So what are we looking at it now? We are looking at it from the perspective that price have reached a maximum zone where it could push back. How? Because we measured from here to here. It has reached its 78 zone. So if price push back a little bit, close this minor wedge, and then push back a little bit all over here, okay, all over here, then we'll be pushing back again to this particular zone. Now, why are we saying all these concepts in addition to our sell-off on all the Canadian dollar pairs? We quickly look at the WTI concept. Now, price have been able to move all the way from here to here, bouncing from the 61. Now we expect that if price bounce off from the 61 retracement zone, we will likely to push price further downside all the way to 63 per barrel. So if price push to 63 per barrel, it automatically weakens the Canadian pairs. So Canadian dollar pairs is really going to be weak. And then if price keeps that trend, we will anticipate the fact that we'll be waiting for this mini trend to break and then keep the oil sell condition. And if that happens, all the Canadian dollar pairs is really going to sell off. Guys, let's quickly look at gold, what we look on it. So this is gold. So we are looking at this, which is a rising wedge. We are looking at it. This is a rising wedge continuation. So probably price will probably push a little bit downside to test this again, but more we are looking at it in this condition to the previous high of 18350 condition. But if that fails, it is also in a form of invert. It's also in the form of head and shoulders. So probably that the base over here, which is the support, have become the neckline of the head and shoulders, has become the neckline of the head and shoulders. So we can assume that the head and shoulders concept can also play out, even if so the head and shoulder concept can actually play out where we want it to play out. Okay, so guys, we are looking at it on this way, but if price keeps their strength over there, is really going to be in a condition whereby it's gonna fall and break below the neckline. When the neckline is being taken out, what we are expecting is that we expect price to push further downside to where it could reach again to the previous low of 1752 zone. So guys, as you can see, we have been able to go through the dollar index. We have been able to go through the Euro USD, the Pound USD, the Pound CAD, the USD CAD, the NZDUSD, and then the CADJPY. So guys, for today, don't forget, you need to subscribe to this particular channel so that you keep learning and adding value to what you already have and know. You also need to share the video, invite other people to join this particular community. And let me be honest with you guys, from today going, the KS community and the KS indicator is live. We are giving out free signals for people who are ready to make it in the forex industry. Don't forget to invite your friends, to invite your family, to invite your traders, people who are very, very key to you, that you want them to win in the market. Don't forget to invite them to join and subscribe to this particular channel. And when they subscribe to this particular channel, they are going to get a lot from me. My name again is Nana Akwesi Sapon, King Street Head Trader. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching the video. Bye-bye.